Welcome back, everyone, to
The Bourbon Study. Guess what? Dungeons and Dragons Honor Amongst Thieves is the theme this week. We were lucky enough to catch an advanced screening of this movie, and
I don't want to say like it's the best movie of the year, but it's already the best movie of the year.
I loved it. I expected to be like mildly entertained, like I was going to see it. Like the trailer didn't necessarily swing me, but I was watching the movie and it was probably halfway through, and I was just like, I can't believe how much I love this movie.
A couple things that I love specifically about this movie, the performances. Chris Pine is at his peak.
Oh, yes.
This might be the best role he's ever done.
I think if you
Star
liked him
Trek.
as Kirk in Star Trek, it's that same, he
It's
brings that
smarmy
energy.
and sarcastic and like a good comedic break to the like emotional undertone beats, but not trampling over them like I think a lot of Thor Love and Thunder did. You know what I mean? Like I was crying in this movie. We won't say why, no spoilers, but like this is the first movie I've been like emotional in the theater.
Yeah, it was
In a long time.
I loved everything about it. The acting, the score was great, the direction was fantastic.
And I feel like you don't have to be a super Dungeons and Dragons nerd to like know what's going on.
No,
it's kind of like Idiot's Guide for Dungeons and Dragons.
I knew nothing about this property going into it, so I found the movie very easy to follow. And I loved it. It's the same director, John Francis Daly, and I cannot remember his directing partner's name, but they wrote and directed. They at least wrote Horrible Bosses. I don't know if they directed it, but they did write and direct Game Night, which is one of the most under the radar best movies in the last like couple of years. It's
anyway,
so good.
This movie's amazing. I'm so glad we got to see it at the advanced preview.
Yes. So I recommend 2 thumbs up. This is a must-see in theaters. We had to make a drink to go with it, obviously.
Yeah, in the film, there's one of the characters has a glowing flame sword. They have an arcane magic spell on their sword, and basically, I looked it up afterwards, and it just means that it deals like extra damage in order to use it in the game. So let's do extra damage to everyone's livers.
Yes, right? Perfect. I love it. That's what I live for.
So obviously, since it is a green flame blade, we wanted it to be green. We also thought like kind of the martial arts and the fantasy realm fit better with a Japanese whiskey.
Yeah.
So we're using Nika Green. This one is readily available.
Also, we wanted it to be a little bit lighter.
Yeah.
So we could get that green color, but also the flavors we felt like.
And because we are going to light it on fire, so it's going to get a very strong proof on the end. So it's like there's no mixers other than some squeeze of lemon. We're going to use 1 ounce of Saint Germain. That's an elderflower liqueur.
Doesn't that sound like you'd use it in a spell? I think so.
And then 1 ounce of Midori, because green.
Plus I love Midori.
We do love Midori. Nice melon flavor. And then we're going to use just a 1/2 ounce of limoncello.
Yes. I also like limoncello a lot. So I know we've used it in another drink this year already, but
hey, get your money's worth. Use it for all the drinks. It's not just for sipping with dessert anymore.
Yes.
All right, and then we're going to use, this is a scorched pear ginger bitters. If you don't have that, just put some ginger and a little, if you wanted to put like an essence of pear, go for it.
Yeah.
So scorched pear and ginger, this is King Floyd's. Came in like a little multi-pack of assorted different bitters. And then we're going to use a 1/2 of a lemon.
1/2 of a fresh lemon there.
All right.
That's what gets the potion going.
That's what gets the potion going. And then, of course, as always, we will shake.
Mystical shake.
All right. And then we have used a square cube today.
Yes.
Which we made a little depression on the top, but we're actually going to use that just to hold our little end of the lemon.
Whatever kind of ice cube you have, if it's a larger ice cube, I took a hot spoon and I just kind of kept turning it around in the ice cube to give it a little indent.
Little indentation to hold our vessel for the fire. We're going to put our little lemon boat on the top. And then you have to have something at least 50% alcohol. So this is 57.8, so that'll do the trick.
Perfect.
And any cast strength over 100 proof will light on fire. So we're going to fill up our little
Fill up our vessel, our little boat.
A little lemon boat with that. And then we're going to light that on fire.
I'm going to stand over here while you
Watch your eyebrows.
We have the doors open back here. There's a light coming through.
Okay, now the flame is there. It is deceivably
It's very light.
blue. So you can see it if you throw some cinnamon.
Yeah, so that's what's always the fun part. Low lighting and cinnamon.
Like, plus you feel like you're doing some magic from the movie.
Exactly.
Like, boop, boop.
But just, you got to remember it's there, so blow it out before you stick your face in it.
Remember that it is flaming, because you do not want to stick your face in that. If you pick it up, it is still on fire, so blow it out first.
I'm going to submerge the lemon.
Submerge.
Get all that booze in there.
Get all that booze in there, and then to an epic quest we shall go. Woo!
It's good.
That'll put the hair on your chest, but it is delicious.
Yeah.
I actually love the charred citrus like scent that you get while you're drinking it.
I was gonna say, I actually like the addition of the cinnamon on top too, because it makes it like smell different than what it's gonna taste like, which is like it's a whole idea, right? It's like mystic magic sort of a thing. I know nothing about Dungeons and Dragons, but
I don't either, but the drink's good, the movie's good, the dragon is adorable.
Mm-hmm. I'm definitely gonna see this movie again. And we paid for this movie, so it wasn't even like free. So we're saying,
no.
You know,
Yeah, it was like what, Amazon Prime people could sign up or buy a ticket or something like that.
Yeah, I think it was.
But
like,
it was cheap. It was only like $10 or $12 or something.
Well,
but
that's not cheap for a movie, but
compared to most movies being like $20 now. Well, that's why you have the AMC A-list.
That's why I have AMC A-list. I get 3 movies a week, all month. And then if you're lucky enough to be one of those individuals who lives near an Alamo Draft House, it's $20 a month for like unlimited movies. I'm so jealous of that.
Anyway, it's worth the full ticket price, I think, to see it. This is a movie that I'm like, I must have it on DVD.
I think
like,
if you're a fan of those like those adventure movies that are like not Dungeons and Dragons, like Pirates of the Caribbean, The Black Curse, The Black Pearl, it kind of reminded me of that, because it was also like very PG-13. Didn't really hold any bars back. It had great action pieces in the movie. But so like stuff like that, I think you'd really enjoy it. So I definitely highly recommend it. If you've seen it, we'd like to know what you think. And obviously if you've made the drink, let us know too. But
that is dangerous, because I've already drank half of this.
Dangerous, like my love of Chris Pine.
Yeah, I mean, admittedly, I've always kind of put him as a lower tier Chris, but this movie.
I thought this was a phenomenal choice for Chris Pine to do. Very good for him.
And it's got Regé Jean. It's got everybody in this movie. Michelle Rodriguez.
Yeah, Justice Smith, who I love. And then
a cameo by a very big A-list star, which we will not
I know, that was actually
reveal.
very surprising to me that I didn't know that they were in the movie. It's very good. Highly recommended. Check it out. If you like the video, thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and of course, if you want to keep us in our drinking habits, we have our Patreon, patreon.com/
The Bourbon Study.
And on there, we do a bunch of exclusive tastings. We do R&D, question, research. You're the people that we kind of go to first to get some feedback on things. So check that out. And like I said, leave us some comments, and we'll see you at the movies.
Cheers.
Discovering voices, building worlds. The Ampliverse.